Hi math students! This video is to help you with this checkpoint in Algebra 1B. So this one's about functions. So I put a few vocab terms here. Now as we go through this video, I want you to either write down all of these examples and fill it in as we go, or I attached a picture of this paper and you can print it and fill it in as we go. It's up to you, but you need to be writing these down and then you can use this paper on your checkpoint. And so it's a really, really good idea to write these down and then use it as you go through your actual checkpoint quiz. Okay, so a function. So you should have seen this in the lesson, but a function is each input has exactly one output. So you can pause the video at any time to have enough time to write this down, but you need to write down the definition. Each input has exactly one output. The next word is input. These are the items that go into the function. So the inputs are the things you put in. That makes sense, right? Input, in. Output is the items that come out of the function. Again, pause anytime if I'm going too fast and write down the definition. An ordered pair. So an ordered pair looks like this. I'm just going to put x comma y. Those would actually be numbers in the problems that you'll see, but they could be any numbers. And just so you know, the first number is the x. This is the input. The second number is the y, and that's the output. So write this down, make sure you label it so you know in an ordered pair, the first number is the x or the input, the second number is the y or the output. That's going to be really useful for us as we go through here. Okay, so a few examples. So looking at this, is this a function? We have dog, cat, and bird, and 1, 2, and 3. So it looks like dog likes the number 1, cat likes the number 3, and bird likes the number 2. So let's see, does this fit our definition? Each input, I don't know why I wrote is. Each input has exactly one output. Each input has exactly one output. So dog, this is an input, it has one output. Cat, this is an input, it has one output. Bird, this input has one output. So this thing looks great. Yes, this is a function. This works out just fine. Okay, looking over here, we have Bob, Sally, and Jim. And here's their favorite colors, red, blue, and green. So Bob's favorite color is red. Sally's favorite color is blue and green. Jim's favorite color is green. So does this work for our definition? Each input has exactly one output. Well, this input has one output. This input has two outputs. So that's our red flag right there. This is a no. This relation is not a function because Sally has two favorite colors. And while that's okay in real life, it's not okay if we're talking about, is this a function? Okay, so this is not a function because Sally has two favorite colors. All right, now looking at a different type. So these were kind of visual. They had words. Down here, we're looking at just straight numbers. So in an XY table, an input-output table right here, the X is the input. Okay, make sure you label these on your notes here. The Y is the output. So we have numbers going in and numbers coming out. So we're still going to use the same definition. Does each input have exactly one output? So I have 3 going in and I get -6. 4 goes in and I get 2. 5 goes in and I get 12. 3 goes in again. I already did 3. And this time I get 4. So here I put in 3 and I got out -6. And then I put 3 in again and I got out 4. That's not okay. That means 3, this input, has 2 different outputs. So that's a no. No, this is not a function because 3 cannot have 2 separate outputs. That's not a function. Sometimes our tables can go this way, and that's okay too. It doesn't have to always go up and down. It can go side to side. X is still our input, and Y is our output. So I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 going in, and every time I got out 10. So 3 had an output of 10, 4 had an output of 10, 5 had an output of 10, and so on. This is okay. Each of these inputs has one output. They happen to all have the same output. That's fine. But there wasn't like 3 got 10 and then later 3 got 17 or something. So this is fine. It's okay if they all have the same output. That's a yes. It just matters if one of the inputs gets 2 different numbers. That's not okay. All right, looking at ordered pairs. So this is another way to look at a relation to see if it's a function. So remember I told you that the first number is x, the second number is y. Like this is our input, this is our output. So we put in 2 and we got out 5. We put in 3 and we got out 8. We put in 2 again and we got out 6. Uh-oh, we can't put in 2 and get out 5 and then put in 2 and get out 6. So this is not a function, because each input didn't have one output. One of the inputs had more than one output. Let's look at these ordered pairs. So we put in -7, got out 3, put in -10, got out 1, put in 6 and got out 12, put in -5 and got out 8. So that looks fine to me. I don't see any inputs that had more than one output. Let's look at what this looks like when you graph it, because they also ask you about graphs here. So I'm going to graph these ordered pairs, 2, 5 over 2 up 5, 3, 8 over 3 up 8, 2, 6, so I go over 2 and up 6, and 4, 9 over 4 and up 9. So here's what that looks like graphed. There's something called the vertical line test, and you should have seen this in the lesson. Vertical line test, I like to just use my pencil. Vertical means up and down, like your vertebrae of your back. If I have a vertical pencil here and I move it from one side of the graph to the other, if I ever touch 2 points at the same time, like right here, I'm touching these 2 points at the same time, this graph fails the vertical line test, and this graph is not a function. So if ever there's 2 dots on top of each other like this, that is not a function because it failed the vertical line test. So it's the same reason right here, 2, 5 and 2, 6 right here. They had that same x value but different y values. They failed the vertical line test. This is not a function. Okay, if I graph these ones, -7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back 7, up 3, -10, 1, back 10, up 1, 6, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, -5, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I look at doing the vertical line test here, as I move my pencil along, there's no 2 points that are stacked on top of each other. There's nowhere that this graph would fail the vertical line test. So yes, this is a function. Just like we set up here with our sets of ordered pairs, this one works just fine. So these are all the things you need to know about functions. So hopefully you wrote all of this down. You can always rewatch the video anytime and use these notes for your checkpoint.